Okay, so I'm really having some fun here. So I just want to show you a couple photos. I like to print off, with just a cheap color printer, photos I can find on Google Images and so on. And you can see this is the motor carriage turret. Now, these are good photos too, but here's the thing though. Like, I don't know if this was the color of a specific vehicle. I mean, it is of this vehicle that's in a museum, obviously. But I find that color photos are not always the best inspiration for painting, and I'll show you why. You can see that if I spray the whole inside of this turret, well, it's not going to look like the model. And I think we embellish a little here and there with models just to help magnify because there's such small scale, and I think that's an interesting way to paint a model. However, here's another photo of just a black and white one. This is probably more period specific, it looks like it. I really like black and white because you get to see the contrast. And then you begin to realize that, hey, wait a minute, it's not just one color, is it? Like, it almost inspires you to change up shades of the color that you're using and so on to help make those details pop a little bit better. So that's why I like to use black and white photos when I model, because it just allows my imagination to roam a little more freely. So I just want to show you what I've built here in terms of like scratching in some extra details on this little model, which clearly I'm having quite a bit of fun. So you can see I did the driver's hatch. That's 10 thou plastic. Okay, so here is the hull for the M8 US Howitzer Motor Carriage, and I'm just going to change a few things because I think these kits are excellent, Tamiya. But there's a few things I want to change to add a little bit of character, like on the turret, which I'll show some of the detail changes I made there, and some of the sort of kit bashing, or not really kit bashing, but scratching in details. You can see how I drilled out the hatch. It's really quite thick, the material here. There's a dual plate here, and so when you glue it together, you need to drill through. I like to use a drill when I take hatches off. I just drill the inside to the inside of where the opening is, and then I just clean it up with a knife. And then I used 15 thou to basically rebuild the hatch. I just copied the other hatch right here, and you can see I added some 20 thou dowel for the little hinge pin. So I glued this hatch piece on first, then I added this little center sort of bolster right here on the hatch, or part of the hinge mechanism. It's steel plate. I added that in, just trimmed it down from a larger piece, and then I added 20 thou rod and just let it overhang a bit so I could put it into place. And then I like to build right onto the model like this details, because the model itself holds the part, and you just get a cleaner build, I find, rather than trying to build the part off the model and then trying to dry fit it into place or whatever. And then you can see, or I don't know if you can see that, but on the inside I just lined with 20 thou rod as well to create a lip, sort of like here in this photo. Okay, let me just grab a pencil here, I'll show you. So here's the hat. Well, this is the side I'm actually doing. But there's a flange in here, or a return with a seal, a rain seal. So like in 1/48 scale, you don't need to build the full dimension of the rain seal. I just used a piece of 20 thou rod, because rod will leave a little bit of a engraving inside along the edge. So when you put a wash in there, it'll just simulate that seal perfectly well for 1/48 scale. And then I did this fender out of 5 thou. Okay. And then you can see I just sort of mangled it. Like once it was glued on, then I started to bend it and mangle it. It's like maybe he was, pushing the vehicle into some trees or camouflage, and hit a tree or whatever. Okay, so that's this part, and then you can see I added a small little stowage bin on the inside there. And then here I did a bunch of ammo storage. This one goes on this deck up in here like this. If I can show you, you can see it fits in there like that. So I'll paint those separately. So that's kind of cool. And then I'll show you these other ones here in a second. So you can see I built the hedgerow cutter out of 10 thou plastic and a piece of angle. It was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be to actually make that, you know. How's everybody doing? So I'm just finishing off the last blade of this hedgerow cutter. I find hedgerow cutters look so much better in any scale if you just scratch them up out of the appropriate thickness plastic. This is 1/48 scale, so I'm using 10 thou thick. This is just some strip I grabbed, 109. I just cut angle pieces off, and then here's the angle, number 293, that I basically glue it to. And I find that they just look so much better. And you scratch them up, they actually look like, you know, when you paint them, they look like they're welded. And that's what they were, they just welded them up. The field engineers just welded them up, welded them right onto the tanks. So that'll work. I built it from a photograph. And then I'll nip off the ends, and there you go. Hedgerow cutter. Nice and scale and crisp for 1/48. It's nice to build stuff tactile like this. Like, I get the 3D print thing, I really do, but like, I can build this way faster than a 3D printer. And there's something about the tactile styrene plastic scratch building. Everything welds up nice, like this fender here. I don't know if I talked to you about that, but and the hatch, like, there's no resin to plastic trouble here. It's just welded. See there? This is 10 thou, this fender. Like, look at it. It's welded right onto the tank, just like it would be in the real world. And then all this other, well, I think I've shown you this anyway, but you can see all the scratching that I've done. All the shell cases, canisters that they kept the high explosive cartridges in. So I did the front seats and part of the drive shaft for the transmission, you know, that you'll see part of that. And it's kind of cool, eh? That's the fun part about doing this. Just love doing it, actually. You can see how I framed it up at the bottom there. And it looks nice in scale. So I just welded that to the plastic. That's the nice thing, once again, about evergreen plastic. You can just weld the parts together, and they're just on there really good. So you can see I just did the drive shaft and the transmission housing and the seats, which I made out of 10 thou. I just bent square strip around a piece of square stock and then sanded the tops a little bit round there, and added a few other details. You can see there's another, like, probably a first aid kit or a stowage box of some kind, and then a fire extinguisher. And then here's what I did was I made these little cartridge stowage tubes. Okay, so this will go in here at the back like that, and then this will go in here like this. And then this one I really like. This is one that I made with some open shells, like they've been taken out of the cartons. I guess the cartons were meant for, like, the cardboard tubes or whatever, were meant to prevent condensation, humidity, and stuff like that when they weren't in use or being employed. So this one's going to go, you can see I did the little brackets. Just, you know, just from photos. This will go right here in the center, just back from the seats. And then when you put this turret on, I'll give you an idea of the kind of things that you'll see before they're painted. I'll probably do a sort of a beige white or aged white, like interior, but the inside of this turret's dark. But I want to be able to see some of that. And then this I'll show you what this looks like here. I'll just pop that down on there. So you'll be able to see, I don't know if you can see it, but you'll be able to see some of those details in there, depending how I paint them. Okay? So, you know, adding a few little details here and there helps to enhance the model and give it a little more character. A lot of fun, these 1/48 scale models. They go together quick too, I'm surprised.